This video is going to be a little different. I wanted to react to Lenny's recent survey on work burnout and some of my experiences this week. So if you're in growth, you're a designer, you're a marketer, or if you're a founder, this one might resonate with you. This will be a little bit of a yap session, so if you don't want to tune in, you can tune out and watch another video of mine. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is the presentation I will go over today. Are growth marketers and designers cooked? Let's find out. So I actually got this from Lenny's newsletter. So if you're not subscribed to Lenny, please feel free. I like to take a look at the stuff that he works on, and there's a lot of good info in there besides just this survey. But let's get right into it. This is a big issue, burnout. Why do people burn out? I asked ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said workload, control, reward and effort mismatch, community, fairness, values, always on digital culture. This is not a video about burnout itself and how to remedy that. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist. I just want to share my experience in the tech industry, in growth and marketing, uh, and as a founder as well. So what Lenny found was that burnout varies by role. And number one, design has the most burnout. Number two, research. Number three, growth. Number four, marketing. So in the top five, um, design, growth, and marketing, these are some of the functions that I have the most experience working with. And am I surprised by these results? Not really, because in the lens of meta ads and um, TikTok and these other platforms, creative volume is such an important thing now. And large companies are creating and testing thousands of ads per month. And guess who's making them, right? Design, growth, marketing, and they're pressured to keep growing against increasing competition and a lot of AI slop out there. And with my experience in growth marketing at a unicorn app, we expected growth month over month, and flat months were actually deflating because if we weren't growing, we were shrinking. And there were periods of low morale when ads weren't hitting. And to me, it honestly felt like we were shoveling coal in a steam-powered train. It felt like a white-collar factory job where we just created as many as we could, content, checkbox marketing, uh, as tight of a feedback loop as we could manage, and we had like a weekly feedback loop. We were testing hundreds of ads, and in a lot of sales calls this week that I had, I kept hearing the more ads I create, the more money I make, and how ads are fatiguing faster and faster on Meta, and the increasing need for creative volume. And I've talked to a couple other founders about this, and it's like hopping on a treadmill and never being able to get off. And it's very difficult to forecast growth with so many variables with meta ads and paid ads in general. You have human factors, you have algorithm factors, you have tracking factors, and even overall macroeconomic factors, especially in today's day and age. Next thing I wanted to talk about, an interesting finding is that startup founders are the happiest people in tech. Uh, Almost 10 times more belonging, 5 times more role clarity, 4 times more positive career outlook, 3 times more positive role outlook, 3 times more positive job enjoyment, 2 times more positive engagement, 1.4 times more positive burnout. So, do I feel burnt out? Sometimes, but I think it's balanced with the fact that I feel like I have more control and freedom over my life. And seeing inputs that lead to outputs help too. And a lot of the times it feels like I'm drinking from the fire hose, but it's stimulating. I think a lot of burnout Going back to the earlier slide, I think a lot of burnout results from, in my mind, not seeing the outputs that you expect, even though you're putting a lot of input. Sort of like that quote from Einstein where insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It feels like that sometimes as a founder, um, where I'm doing something, but I know it'll take a long time, but I'm not seeing results right away. So am I crazy or should I keep doing it? But I think a big difference for me is again that control and freedom that I have over my life. I actually look forward to Monday mornings. And this week I really stretched out of my comfort zone and feels like a whirlwind week and my mind is in a tizzy, but I feel like I'm growing and getting better. And I had a chat with the founder yesterday morning and he shared his story about how they almost gave up. They tried everything on organic influencers, SEO, etc. And they finally tried meta ads and they wish they tried it sooner and their trajectory would be a lot different than it is now. But I think we both aligned on building that distribution channel is probably the most important thing. Um, it might be even more important than product because products are getting easier and easier to create, vibe coding and no code and low code and all that. And now I heard a quote recently that best known beats best. So being well known is better than being the best product out there that nobody knows about. It's sort of like if a tree falls in the forest and nobody is there to hear it, is there a sound at all? If you build a great product, the best product, but nobody knows about it, do you have a product? Uh, anyway, let's also look on the flip side, right? So NVIDIA, probably the most successful company out there right now, really fueling the AI engine, sh selling shovels for all the AI hype out there. And he said that if he had to do it over again, he wouldn't start a company. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm, probably not building the next NVIDIA, but facing reality is like hitting a brick wall. I've been embarrassed, rejected, disappointed, frustrated, second guessed myself, and everybody talks about financial runways and projections and things like that, but nobody really talks about mental, emotional, and spiritual runway. Um, so yeah, next slide. Nietzsche said that he who has a why for which to live can bear almost any how. So this is a little bit related to the spiritual, emotional, and mental runway. So why am I doing it, right? This isn't some lame founder story post. I have my self-serving reasons. Again, I like freedom. I like choosing who I work with. I like spending more time with loved ones. And I move away from pain as a reason, but I also have my aspirations. And of course, the first step is solving a problem for somebody. And if I don't solve a problem, who actually cares about what I'm doing, right? So anyway, maybe I'm being too dramatic, but if you're building something, props to you. Don't give up, but I love and respect you all the same if you do, because a lot of people don't even try. And let me know what you think about Lenny's recent survey about burnout and work. Do you feel like it's accurate? Do you feel like it resonates with you? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.